Video number 10. Who would have thought? Here we go. All right, ready? Let's see what's in this box today. All right, got a nice leather bound. Is the first leather bound we've had today? Maybe first leather bound ever, maybe. We have the Missale Romanum. Nice Catholic Latin missal. Look at that. That just screams Vatican. All right. Here we go. Oh, Conan the Swordsman. That's an awesome cover. I love the Conan series. They had Conan free on YouTube Movies the other day. I watched that. I watched Rambo, First Blood. They got RoboCop. No one ever talks about the free movies on YouTube, but they're better than a lot of the stuff on Netflix. All right. Idle Days of Patagonia by Hudson. We have The Spanish Cape Mystery by Ellery Queen. We have King, Queen, Knave by Nabokov. We have Paul Fisher's The Ash Staff. Nice old vintage fantasy stuff. All right. Games Alcoholics Play by Byrne. His more common book is Games People Play, but I guess this is the games that alcoholics play, because alcoholics are people too, but I guess he disagrees. South Carolina, A History. That guy looks cool. Makes me want to be from South Carolina. The Human Brain by Asimov. Check out that awesome cover. Asimov wrote some ridiculous amount of books. And then he died from getting HIV from a blood transfusion, of all things. Oh, look, we were talking about, yesterday we had Banco. Today we have Papillon, the first book of the Papillon series in French, I think. Is it in French? No, it's in English. Papillon, about the escape of a prisoner from France's most notorious prison in like the Suriname, more or less. Lost Dorsai by Gordon R. Dixon. That is an awesome sci-fi cover. What do we got here? The Revolt of Gunnar Ash by Kirst. 2 million copies sold. All right, let's see what we got here. King of the World Edge, civilization that time forgot. Look at those creatures in the ocean and that boat, that Viking ship. This just wants you to read it. All right, we got Cyborg by Martin Caidin. In the explosive tradition of Andromeda Strain and Terminal Man. What do we have here? We have a Latin text, Virgil. That's kind of heavy. Soul of Wood by Jakov Lind. Weird artwork. Another version of Soul of Wood with better artwork, I think. I don't know what Soul of Wood is. If you guys know what Soul of Wood is or who Jakov Lind is, let me know. We have Karen. The truth is that, well, I don't know who Karen is, but Karen nowadays means something totally different, so maybe that's the original Karen. Science Fiction Hall of Fame Volume 2A. The Continent Makers. Paul Anderson, The Merman's Children. Not mermaids, mermen. Sexy. Malcolm X. The autobiography of Malcolm X. I read this book. This is an awesome book. Clifford D. Seamak, Out of Their Minds. Folklore in America. Drew Mendelson, Pilgrimage. This is the guy. They're on. This is the boat to be on. All right. Sterling's Desert Raiders, the incredible story of the Phantom Major, his gallant men, and their deeds of daring. This is probably like the World War II North Africa campaign, I'm guessing. The 100th Monkey by Ken Keyes. There is no cure for nuclear war, only prevention. Civilization and its discontents. Of all the Freud stuff, this is the one I like the best. The rest of it's a little wacky, but that one, I think he's on point. Arian, The Campaigns of Alexander. The Postman, Always Rings Twice. It's like a classic. And, oh, look, we had... Wait, do we have Jack Nicholson there? I think we had... I don't know if that's Jack Nicholson. Yeah, that looks like Jack Nicholson to me. And then we got Jack Nicholson again. In One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The Limits of Growth. Georgette Heyer's Sprig Muslim. Georgette Heyer's like a romance, like historical romance writer. Petrarch in Italian. Canzionere, which means probably songs. Brazen Chariots, more this North Africa World War II stuff. A Night of Ghosts and Shadows by Paul Anderson. The Pool of Fire by John Kristoff. C.J. Sherry's Merchanter's Luck. Rendezvous at Down Below Station. Down Below Station. All right, Planetfall. The hilarious new science fiction. Six Gun Samurai. A samurai warrior rides a blood-soaked trail of bitter vengeance. Sanity, Madness, and the Family. Artie Lang, Knots. Revenge of the Horse Clans. You know, this is a series that for some reason there's a lot of this Horse Clan stuff, and I don't know, it just kind of draws me in. I don't know why I want to read about the Horse Clans, but I've had these books a few times. I don't know, it gives me like Mad Max vibes. Wildfire at Midnight. This is like that gothic horror stuff. Alpha Bug by M.E. Morris. The Super Cops, the true story of the cops called Batman and Robin. Gorilla, My Love, among the best portraits of black life who have appeared in some time. Streetwise, Manhattan. There we go. Been there, done that. Best thing to do, just get lost. You'll have more fun. All right. Aimez-vous Brahms by François Sagan, who wrote Bonjour Tristesse. L'annonce fait à Marie. I think I'm gonna make a channel just me trying to speak French. Maybe after all these boxes, maybe I'll be speaking French. Oh, look at that. There we go. The Midas Man by Doc Savage. Like I said earlier, Doc Savage doesn't get as much. For the amount of books there are about Doc Savage, I feel like there should be more movies, more shows. Netflix or someone will jump on that eventually. Ellery Queen, Who Spies, Who Kills. Ellery Queen is a pseudonym for like 2 or 3 different authors that all wrote under the name Ellery Queen. Yukio Mishima. If you guys don't know about Yukio Mishima, Wikipedia, Yukio Mishima, very interesting person. The Temple of the Golden Pavilion. He managed to become an author amongst all the other things that guy did. Then I think he tried to overthrow the Japanese government and failed, and he did that thing with the sword that Japanese people do. I don't know. Undertow, Desmond Corey, but Yukio Mishima is I don't even know enough about him, but I just know it's a complicated life. La Femme du Scorpion, L'amour et la stress. I think it's about, I don't know. It's about Scorpio women. I don't know. I think it's Scorpio women and men in French. Interesting. Voyage à bout de la nuit by Céline, famous author. Les Bals du Comte de Gras. I don't know. There's a lot of French stuff in this collection. Voices in Stone, the decipherment of ancient scripts and texts. I love how, you know, when you read the earliest stuff, it's usually just receipts for like sheep. So Salty Sayings. All right, I think I'm gonna make a video just on salty sayings. He loves bacon well that licks the pigsty door. You cannot drink and whistle at the same time. Not that salty. All right, Women, Resistance, and Revolution. Les Mains Cells by Sartre, another existentialist. You Be the Judge, brain-teasing, laugh-provoking collection. Herman Hesse, the guy who wrote Siddhartha, Kingsor's Last Summer. Rosemary's Baby by Ira Levin. Gold Comes in Bricks. Solo, Self-Portrait of an Undercover Cop. Satellite E1 by Jeffrey Lloyd Castle. Heinlein, 6 by H. The Divided Self by Lang. All right. The Jewish War by Josephus. Larry Niven's Ringworld. That's really famous in science fiction. What do we have here? We have The Rivals of Dracula. Well, I don't know. That guy is not rivaling Dracula, but he's funny. What? Oh, more horse clans. The Coming of the Horse Clans. I gotta read the horse clans books. What's this? This is like a Japanese book. I don't know what it is. If you guys know Japanese, let me know what it is. I don't know. The Son of Tarzan by Burroughs. The Birth Grave by Tanith Lee. Living Way Out, Strange New Worlds of the Future. Tarzan and the City of Gold. The Magicians by James Gunn. That's an awesome cover. The Charles Dickens Companion. And last book in the box, Slums and Suburbs. All right, so that's one more for the book. So we have this little pamphlet here. Impressionism, Roots to Results, Timeline Guide. So, Timeline of Impressionism. All right, well, that's that. Video 10 in the books.